I'm calling it. I'm calling the start of the episode right here. It's now rated G for general audiences from now on. No more of that talk, Rob. No more talk of your babies and all that kind of stuff.
No more potty language, guys.
How you feeling, Pete? What did you do last night? Had a bit of a party. G-rated, I hope.
Yeah. It was a celebration for a friend that's getting married. So, we had a few rounds of ping pong, table tennis, and we had some food, which was lovely. And then I saw about 4 clitorises as well.
Bazinga boys are here to speak all of their thoughts on the Big Bang Theory. Rob has an opinion, Vaughn has an opinion, Pete probably has one too. But most of all, Rob has an opinion.
Okay, from now on, it's G-rated. No naughty stuff. Hello, everybody. I'm Vaughn. Welcome to the Bazinga Boys podcast. My name is Vaughn. Who are you?
I'm Rob. I'm a Bazinga boy. Pete, who are you, Pete?
Hey, I'm Pete. I'm a Bazinga boy. Who else have we got here?
Hello, my name is Connor. I'm like long time Bazinga but first time boy or something.
I also respect you. I respect him going with his real name as well. Like, that's it. You're now stained on this show.
What's this show about, Rob?
This show is about watching The Big Bang Theory and just taking it in and really sharing those experiences with you and using that show to inspire our lives.
Yeah, that's wow. You did well you did great there.
It was really wholesome, Rob, for this family friendly podcast.
We've had a bit of a dark past on the podcast, a bit, talking about naughty plants. Using some no words, playing with our toys in a way that makes the other kids in the kindergarten cry,
Yeah.
And this week, we've got a special guest, Connor. Connor is underage, barely legal, some people say.
Yes, by 1 year or like a few months.
It's like a child.
I'm a child. I'm a baby, essentially.
Exactly. So, because he's underage, we thought it would be good to veer away from all that stuff and have a G-rated episode. I know there's some people who are embarrassed to show their friends and family this. This is going to be G-rated.
Show it to your school teachers.
Show it to your ministers.
Exactly.
Heads of the church.
Connor, give us some of your background in regards to Big Bang Theory. Have you watched it before today? What's your thoughts on the program?
I have a deep, dark confession to make.
Oh, no. Okay.
Back, like, when this was first airing, I watched it a lot and enjoyed it legitimately. But here's the thing. The show is so horrifically terrible, I don't remember a single episode. Seriously,
Connor,
nothing.
you would have been like 11 or something when this came out, hey?
No, he'd have been 7.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, shit.
It sounds like repressed memories.
I mean...
Hey, chalk that
stuff.
up.
Goof.
Oh.
Dang? No, is
Drat.
dang alright?
Drats.
Drat.
Dang will... Yeah, drat's good. That's safer.
Okay.
So is this your... What was the last time you watched the show as a person who enjoyed it? Before transitioning, I should say.
I think around 8 years ago.
And you have no memories of it. So what was your thoughts going in today watching this episode?
I'd seen, like, clips, but never a full episode since, like, I last watched a full episode and was aware of how terrible it was. And so I was going into it expecting the worst, and I was not disappointed. Jesus Christ. I mean,
our Lord Saviour, Jesus Christ.
Holy Lord. Holy Lord.
You know what? It's okay. I like to take a moment each episode to have a little prayer as well. So it's okay. Don't have to apologize for that.
That's good. Because that's what families are supposed to do.
Pete, what happened in this episode?
In this episode, the Griffin equivalency, Season 2, Episode 4, Raj discovers a rock in space. He is nominated for the 30 Visionaries Under 30 by People magazine. Then he turns into a giant silly head that he alienates himself from all the rest of the group because he has all these delusions of grandeur now that he's in an article in People magazine.
Yeah, that's
the episode.
That is the episode. So another on the theme of, hey, these are horrible people. And one of their characters is just acting extra horrible this week.
Just really established how these are all just terrible people, and I don't know why they keep staying friends with each other, because at any opportunity they have, they just tear each other to shreds, bring each other down. Did you see the pointless cameo by Charlie Sheen?
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Wait. What do you mean that was great? That was the most pointless. Like it didn't make any sense as a cameo.
Hold up. He did. Vaughn, he did say, "Did you see that pointless cameo?"
That's true. That's true. Fair, but so to explain to people at home, Raj is bloviating about how he's in People magazine and he's got an article in People magazine because he discovered a meteor or something, and for no reason at all, he turns to someone in the Cheesecake Factory, which for some reason is now a nightclub. I don't know why it went from this quaint cafe to like disco neon lighting, but he turns to someone at the Cheesecake nightclub section for some reason and says, "Hey, I'm going to be in People magazine." And then Charlie Sheen turns around and says, "Yeah, call me when you've been on the cover." And everyone goes, "Whoa!"
It was good. That were my thoughts on the episode, mate. It was like pretty stock standard, and Charlie Sheen's in it. That's the only noteworthy kind of point.
I've got a new segment about that, by the way, guys. It's called Charlie Sheen's Biography for the G-rated audience. And so I'm guessing if we're opening this up to a lot of people underage, I'm not sure if Connor would even know who Charlie Sheen is because you're so young.
He's that naughty man that says bad words and fucks prostitutes. I mean,
God damn.
wait,
We were going so well.
hang on.
This is supposed to be a family-friendly show, Connor.
I'm sorry.
Some people might not, underage people might not know who Charlie Sheen is. So I thought I'd start a new segment where I can teach them about Charlie Sheen in a family-friendly way.
Basically like This Is Your Life, but with Charlie Sheen for a G-rated episode. So Charlie Sheen was born... There you go. It was a good thing that this episode was G-rated because a larger majority of the humor is based around pulling faces. Did you see that as well? Like a classic staple in
God.
entertaining 2-year-olds. Connor, you're close to 2 years old. Did you enjoy all the pulling faces
Yeah.
humor?
You're the closest to 2 out of all of us.
Not technically false, but still hurtful.
But did you guys notice that?
To give it some context, Sheldon's learning about emotions.
Yeah, and he's
Yes.
forcing a smile
Yeah.
and just doing these ridiculous faces, and that becomes an ongoing joke that they end the episode on it and they run it for. It takes a good 10% of the episode is just him pulling faces.
I'd say more than 10%. It felt like there was more of that than actual plot.
They finish filming and they're like, "We've only got 13 minutes of footage. Get some more reaction shots from Sheldon.
You know that smile thing you
Pad
did?
this out."
Can you keep smiling for us? Did anyone laugh in this episode? Connor, as a guest, did you laugh in your first episode in 8 years?
I had 2 mild smirks.
Mild smirks, that's
Whoa.
nothing.
Were they at Sheldon smiling?
One of them was. It was the first time
What?
he did
Oh
it,
my
and then
God.
never again. It was a smirk. It was like I went from this to...
Yeah, that doesn't count. That doesn't count at all.
For the people that are listening, he kind of smiled into the camera.
No! No! It's fake news, Pete.
Yeah. I think that just shows kind of that you've got a lot of emotional intelligence and that you were responding to,
Yes.
you know, another human smiling.
It just shows
awkwardly.
you're still a kid. That's all.
Yeah.
Exactly. In like 9 months, I'll be completely out of this smirking nonsense.
Yeah.
I was scared going into this.
Scared.
It's like what you find something else,
What?
like something out about yourself, like
I was worried that I'd show up today and like tell you guys that I laughed all the way through it, because I would have had to kill myself.
Wait, no.
anyone that's wanting to kill themselves. There are numerous helplines around Australia and the world that you can get in contact with.
For all ages.
Did you laugh, Pete?
There was no laughs from me.
Rob.
No laughs from me.
No laughs for me either. I've got a new Big Bang Theory.
No way.
Are you stealing my segment from last week, Vaughn?
Sounds really familiar.
Stick with me, guys.
because I think I'm going to blow the hatch on something big. This is a big one. So my Big Bang Theory is that Jim Parsons, who plays Sheldon, is actually a ventriloquist dummy that got hit by lightning and has come to life.
I see it.
It hit me when he started doing the smiling stuff, and I'm like, he's having trouble with facial expressions. He's kind of wooden. His face and his haircut and his everything, like, he just looks like a ventriloquist dummy. And I've got a game to kind of drive home the point. It's great because it's a G-rated game as well. It's a game that you probably played in a fun sort of one of those activity books you got on the plane. It's called Spot the Difference. So my new segment's called Spot the Difference. Although that name's probably a bit too long. We'll just call it STD for short.
It's easy to remember.
Yeah, so we're going to play STD. So this is...
Hard to forget.
It kind of sticks.
Yeah, exactly. With you. It sticks with you for a while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you open the chat. I'm going to get you guys to spot the difference between a ventriloquist dummy and Jim Parsons. Here's the first one. A or B, guys. A or B. Don't all go at once.
This isn't how Spot the Difference works.
Does someone want to describe what they're seeing here?
On the left we have Jim Parsons, and then on the right we have...
A photo of Jim Parsons.
So Vaughn has grabbed a ventriloquist dummy, I think Slappy from Goosebumps, and put him next to Jim Parsons with a smirk on his face and the eyebrows that somewhat match that dummy. Okay, so A is the dummy, B is Parsons. Let's be serious, guys.
The second one in the chat there. A or B, guys?
All right, so we're seeing two very similar pictures here. One again of a dummy, and the other one of Jim Parsons. I'm still going to go with B as Jim Parsons, but Vaughn is making
sure?
a very good point here.
Exactly. I think I've driven my point home. I'm going to keep my eye out as well, just in case he might not have been struck by lightning. I'm going to be checking to see if he's behind the couch a lot.
Well, that's
I
why,
think the
like,
dummy
you know,
has more life in its eyes.
more emotion. You know how he always has to go and sit in the same location, like on the couch? That's because the puppeteer's hand is there.
Oh, that is so
amazing.
You've broken the code there, Rob. I mean, Pete. Oh my god. Rob, do you have any seggies?
Actually, before I get into my little seggy, Pete, do you have a Pete's nitpick?
I don't have a nitpick, but kind of going off Vaughn's Big Bang Theory, I do have a thing that I want to raise with you guys. I'm just going to quickly post a photo. So it's a picture of Jim Parsons playing Sheldon, and he's got a laptop open. If you have a look at that image, if you can zoom in on it.
Are you asking me to enhance, Pete?
Enhance it.
So, Pete, this image has come up. I'm enhancing it. Hold on, I'm just opening up my CSI app.
Yeah, so on Sheldon's laptop, there's a US flag, and it's upside down. But then if you have a look in the second image, which is Howard's laptop, the flag is the correct way up. Like the actual definition of flying a flag upside down is the practice to display distress signal. Displaying a flag in this manner is a signal of dire distress in instances of extreme danger to life or property. So is he secretly trying to, like, give us little messages?
Well, how
with the
else can a
placement?
dummy communicate?
Exactly.
I'm going to come to Sheldon's defense here and say that when the laptop is closed, his flag is the right way up.
No, but look at the Dell logo.
I'm going to go with Pete here on this. I think it is a secret call out of distress. I think we may see it in the future. It might turn into a white flag of just giving up. It's so hard to make jokes G-rated.
Glasses Man's just burning a flag.
I'm going to hijack another segment in the theme of last week. This is a segment I've come up with called Rob's Nitpicks.
You should have called it Pete's Nitpicks. That would have been better.
Yeah.
After Leonard returns home with the Chinese food, there's this bit of dialogue about all these like idiosyncrasies regarding to how Sheldon needs his food. One thing he asked for was a type of mustard, a type of hot mustard, He gets the mustard and he clips open the top and he pours it onto his food.
Oh, I know what you're going to be saying.
So
you're right.
All right. So he didn't take away the paper under the plastic lid, so like it wouldn't have poured.
Maybe he just wants to like have the illusion of being, you know, a bit daring and having mustard on his takeaway food.
He's just shaking nothing onto it.
Yeah.
He's just done that lazy thing where he's tried to use the pressure to break through that seal.
A fool's errand, if there ever was one. Connor, do you have any seggies?
You bet I do have a seggy. I wasn't sure as a guest if I had the right to have a seggy, but I do have a seggy. Actually, could we not call them seggies because it sounds too much like ciggies? So basically, I realized within like the first 5 minutes of the show that Howard, also known as Dr. Shelfman, has no character qualities at all. It's literally just he is an incredibly creepy creep. And so I got thinking about my other favorite Jewish creeps. So I got a segment here called Weinstein or Wolowitz.
Weinstein or Wolowitz, which rapey Jew might have said this to you?
This, okay. Oh.
Welcome to another great episode of Weinstein or Wolowitz.
Connor, you can come on every episode.
I'm gonna give this up now, as I was really wanting to set this episode to G-rated, but it's just not gonna happen.
It's all falling apart.
Anyway, Connor.
Okay, how do you play Weinstein or Wolowitz? What I got here is I got 3 rounds, and I got a quote from Harvey Weinstein and a quote from Dr. Shelfman. And so you have to pick which quote is which. It's a great game.
I'm down. It's kind of similar to which is the ventriloquist dummy and which is Sheldon, but you know what? It's okay. It's great.
You're saying that I stole a segment that I only just found out about?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm accusing you of.
Jeez.
Cut his mic.
Okay.
I think Connor's segment almost lends itself better to the podcast format.
I agree.
Who would have thought that a visual medium? Okay, well, maybe you got a point there.
So I figure the best way to do this is to each give you a chance to play Weinstein or Wolowitz. And if you pick right, you just got to post a photo of Howard Wolowitz to your Facebook feed. But, you know, if you lose, it's a picture of Weinstein.
Oh, God. Okay.
Is this, Connor, like a no context one as well, where it's just like pop a photo up
no
there?
Context, no.
Is it?
Just a photo.
Just pop
Oh,
put the
Jesus.
photo. Okay.
That's such a bad punishment.
It's a pretty terrible
There's
punishment.
no winning.
Yeah, this is a lose-lose situation if there ever was one. Who's going first, Connor?
I think you ought to go first. I think it's only fair.
It is only fair.
All right.
I don't even
So-
know what that means.
We'll go alphabetical order. Vaughn, you're up first.
Okay, so the first quote is, my wife came with both fun bags and money bags. And the second quote is, you're a dildo, you are a dildo, say it, I'm a dildo.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I wish... you know what? Do you know what's actually going through my head right now is... I wish I had more Harvey Weinstein knowledge, like trivia knowledge. That is so hard. That is the most...
It's a tough one, hey?
Jesus. I'm going to go with...
Our Lord and Savior.
Always the answer. Yeah, that's what... No,
No.
I'm going to go with the dildos. It has to be Wolowitz because I can't imagine a situation where Weinstein is talking about dildos.
Looks like you've got a Harvey Weinstein picture on your feed.
Oh, God. Oh, God, this is a nightmare.
Tell you what, Rob, you're up next.
All right.
Are you ready to play Weinstein or Wolowitz?
I'm ready to play Weinstein or Wolowitz.
Okay, so quote number 1. I will kill you, don't think I can't. And the second quote... you don't want to mess with me, I'm crazy.
The first quote is Weinstein.
Good job. You get a
Thank
lovely
you.
picture of Simon Helberg on your Facebook feed.
Was that to Rose McGowan?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
This segment's less funny when you actually mention the people who've suffered. So Pete, are you
Hey,
ready to
mate.
play Weinstein and Wolowitz?
Yep. Yes.
I want to say you were born
Yes.
ready.
Yeah, no, I was going to, and I was like, that's too fucking cliche. That's too flippin' cliche.
Quote number 1. In romance as well as show business, always leave them wanting more. And the second quote, I am a benevolent dictator.
I got the hardest one. This is BS.
The first one's Weinstein.
Guess who's getting a picture of Harvey Weinstein on their Facebook feed?
Oh. I don't know if I won or if I lost.
I pictured that segment going a completely different way, where you gave Vaughn this really difficult one, and then like the next ones were going to be like something hell like rapey, and then be like, my name is Howard.
I was tempted to go down that route, but then I figured, I got to
Too
give it a
obvious.
challenge.
yeah.
So there you
It was
go.
a
That was
great segment.
this week's episode of Weinstein or Wolowitz, never to return.
Got off the rails here. I'm going to bring us back right into G-rated territory. I've given up on it, but I'm going to stick with it myself for the honor of the podcast. So, inspired by Sheldon looking like a haunted ventriloquist dummy, my new segment's called Brand New Character. It's a character for the kids, because being a kid is not always fun. It can be tough. So I've got this brand new character. His name is Carl the Kitty Fiddler. And so basically,
Fuck you.
Carl the Kitty Fiddler. He has a fiddle. He likes to play the fiddle or violin, whatever you want to call it. Carl the Kitty Violiner. I don't mind what you call him. And so Carl the Kitty Fiddler, he plays songs and helps kids out. So here's his intro song. Well, I'm the kitty fiddler here to say, fiddling with kids every day. Got a problem? Let me see if I can't fix it. Fiddle-dee-dee.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
You've broken Pete.
I've got some letters here from children, real children. So Carl the Kitty Fiddler is going to play his little fiddle and help these kids. First question is from Timmy. Timmy asks, the kids at school tease my red hair. What do I do? So let's see what Carl the Kitty Fiddler has to say about that. Just tell those kids they are poo. Your hair is beautiful and so are you. Just come to my house for a song. I'll fiddle for you all day long. Great advice there, Carl.
So confusing. I'm so conflicted. It's like we're laughing about child abuse.
Hey, no.
Whoa,
we're not.
Violin player, Pete.
What?
Hold the phone there,
I'm seeing this more as just a play on words, and then Vaughn's just got into that stupid childish song mode that I kicked off last week.
Okay, so if you want to take... Okay, so what? Number one...
I'm not complaining. I think it's great.
I don't know where you're taking this, Pete. Pete, this is just about a man and his fiddle. Trying to help kids.
It's just about
Alright.
a man and his fiddle and a whole bunch of kids
Yeah.
in a closed room
Yes.
that has a lock on it.
Exactly.
It's
and
fun.
a great little song. But if you want to take it down a road where there's weird, gross things that you're talking about, then Rob, yes, you can take credit for starting this. Second, we have a letter from Mary, who wrote, my teacher keeps giving me homework. Why does she hate me? Carl, what do you got to say to Mary? Your teacher is trying to make you smart. With her help, you'll be a work of art. When you're finished, I'll give you a treat. A fiddle and fiddle till I am beat.
I honestly think, Vaughn, that you've got the makings of like a country singer there, man.
Don't know what you're talking about. This is my friend Carl, the kitty fiddler. Lastly, we have Zachary. Zachary says, my parents are in heaven and I miss them. Carl the Kitty Fiddler, what do you got to say about that? Sorry to hear about your mom and dad. Sometimes it's okay to feel sad. Whenever you want, come to my place. I'll fiddle till a smile comes all over your face.
I was trying to pick the rhyme in advance, but it didn't help me. It really didn't help.
Just perfectly fine G-rated segment if you ask me. Okay, so I just want to say that I came up with that bit and I thought it was really funny and really good. I showed Krautmeister, my girlfriend. I was like, hey, is this funny? And I set up the bit and I played it for her. And all she said is, what has this got to do with the Big Bang Theory? You haven't said any more stories or any more seggies?
I think I once listened to the podcast, like, during school free time. Like, I'd finished all my work, so I was like, I'll just listen to a podcast. Biggest mistake of my life. Like, I could not control myself. And I can't explain why I was laughing.
Yeah. Oh, it was just this cancer joke. Never mind. I thought you were going to say biggest mistake of your life, like your headphones weren't really plugged in, and it just started...
No. That would have been
beaming
worse.
out.
Or AirDrop would have been worse.
That's it for another episode of Bazinga Boys. I've been Vaughn, and, well, that was a complete failure on the G-rated. If there, any children listen to this podcast, I apologize. I really apologize, and I'll be sending Carl the Kitty Fiddler over to your home directly to apologize for the fail.
Is that why he was created, as a punishment for our viewers?
Thanks so much, Connor, for being
so
here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Connor. Connor, do you want to promote anything?
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Promote
Hold on.
anything.
Should we get
Yeah,
Connor to...
promote... Oh, my God, that is so rude. I should have said that at the start.
Jeez. Andrew O'Keefe, I will plug in, Eddie Maguire does the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I will lock in Gliding Biscuits. I make dumb comedy videos for YouTube.
Yeah, how would you explain it? Because I would say it's... To explain this to Pete, because... Pete, you haven't seen any of these videos.
I haven't seen it yet.
Just imagine
I haven't seen it yet.
a little Asian boy dancing in his yard with great cinematography, and then Connor comes in with someone else and starts shooting him with a gun. That's the... And then you've got...
I made that in 2015, I think?
Yeah,
16?
I went back.
Produced by Harvey Weinstein.
It's so long ago, he was beloved back then.
Which one? What do you recommend us watching?
Yeah.
My favourite video I've done this year, because I've been on hiatus for most of it, because TAFE's too fucking busy. I was proud of Reggie, despite the fact that I did that in like 4 hours and on my shit camera instead of the good one.
What is Reggie?
Reggie's a story about a character not completely unlike Carl the Kitty Fiddler, but he sings a song and we all have a great time.
I just posted Reggie to our chat.
That's good.
For you.
Okay, well, we'll have a quick watch of Reggie.
Yeah, my name is Reggie, but you can call me Reg. My favourite movie is Over the Hedge. There's no cat out there that's cooler than me. Got the first 2 seasons of out on DVD. I'm a first-rate memer and a dab at a boot. Watch out, fellow gamers, step back or I'll shoot. You can call me a weirdo, a creep if you wish, but I'll always have support from my 3 goldfish. Well, I'm rocking my chain and my kicks are fire. I got the kind of charm that'll never expire. Pooh Bear stickers are on my drawers. Watch out for my tiger, he's nice but he roars. All the ladies in the building who don't got a man, take a look at yours truly with my oscillating band. Rotation across the nation. Well, I love touching kids, it brings me joy. I lure them in with their favourite toy. I trick them and trust me with a game of pies, and I pull down my pants and show them up.
Okay, that's got...
Griffin's such a good direction.
got a...
That had the sharpest turn.
I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Australian rap. I totally forgot you even said it's Carl the Kitty Fiddler. It has nothing to do with Carl the Kitty Fiddler. Not sure what you're on about. But that's got a criminally small amount of views. For people, they just go to YouTube and search Gliding Biscuits, or you have a website.
Yeah, I think I still have a website I created in 2012 in like MS Paint. But I've still got... Yeah, I'd just go with YouTube. Yeah, just type in Gliding
Gliding
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
You'll get like a whole bunch of my videos, and then hang gliding, and then biscuits. So
I like all those things. So
stick to the top third of the searches.
Thank you so much, Connor, for coming and joining with us, and keeping it G-rated, keeping it kid-friendly.
Thank you. I failed at that, but thank you.
goodbye, everybody.
Hi, Bazinga people. Connor here. Hope you enjoyed that family-friendly episode. If you want more of family-friendly content, just go to bazingaboys.com and listen to all the episodes there. Or if you've already listened to them, then there's 200 more on their way. So just be fucking patient, for Christ's sake, okay? If you want more of me, which I'm sure you don't, but if you do, go to youtube.com/c/gliding biscuits. It's been a pleasure. Goodbye.